just put he won a huge battle at Lake Erie. Alright, go back to your timeline once you have that. Things are going to start to heat up. There's going to be more fights and more battles as this goes on. This isn't just kind of a one and done battle. There's several battles in this war. Back on the timeline. Got a few more left, folks. Bear with me. A few more left. 1814. Next one's 1814. General William Henry goes to Canada, kind of the Canada area, and defeats a huge group of Native Americans. General William Henry goes to Canada and defeats a huge group of Native Americans, because backing up what I said at the beginning, they're fighting both against the British and also fighting against Native Americans that are trying to keep them from coming on their land. So General William Henry goes to Canada and defeats a huge group of Native Americans. And just to clarify that, at the very top, just for a reminder, put a verses, and on the left side, put British and Native Americans. And on the right side, put Americans, just so you know kind of who's fighting who. Once you have that, flip back over to your who's who. Alright. Bottom left, very bottom left part. Yeah. This is actually the general that went up to Canada and won that fight. So General William Henry right here. And he actually ends up defeating this guy, this head chief Tecumseh that's getting all the Native Americans together. He actually defeats this guy in battle. So he defeats Tecumseh in Canada. That's kind of why they're side by side. Once you have that, go back to your timeline. Alright, still 1814. I want to give me a little title for this one. It's called The Empire Strikes Back. Thank you for people who get that.
Star Wars.
That's Star Wars movie title in case you're not sure. Empire Strikes Back. At this point in America, which do you think is the most important or the most valuable city? I mean, I've never told you, just what do you think would be the most crucial and the most important city you'd want to protect at this time, Harlan? He says Boston. Okay, Boston had a lot of money. Gage?
Washington, D.C.
Why do you say that?
Because the president and the White House is there.
Bingo. All these battles are happening everywhere else. The British are actually going to march to Washington, D.C., and they're going to attack the White House, and they're actually going to burn down the White House. The president wasn't there, but the First Lady was there, and the First Lady and a lot of people were able to escape. So, the British go to Washington, D.C. British go to Washington, D.C. and burn the White House down. Alright, still staying on the timeline. I just call that the Empire Strikes Back because took 2 years. Takes a lot of books. Alright, still 1814. Just a few more folks, we're almost finished. There's a battle at Baltimore, Maryland. And the Star Spangled Banner is actually written here. It's written by Francis Scott Key. And we're actually going to look more at that after spring break. So the O say, can you see? That's Star Spangled Banner. It's actually written at this battle. It's somebody that's seeing the battle and the fighting going on. Is seeing the fighting and the battle going on. He's writing about it. Star Spangled Banner is written by Francis Scott Key. So once you're done that, go back to your who's who side. Francis Scott Key is this gentleman in the middle left. Oh, right back, folks. Let me just say Francis Scott Key. He wrote the Star Spangled Banner. Once you have that about Francis Scott Key, go back to your timeline. We have 2 more things, and we're going to finish up with the notes. Right. Last 2, and I might actually have you put some months on this one right here, and there's a reason why. Finishing up with 1814, but to the left of it, write December. December 1814. Getting close to the end here. The Treaty of Ghent is signed to end the war. Treaty of Ghent, G-L-E-N-T, is signed to end the war. this one. January 1815. Matthew, how was information passed on kind of in the 1800s? How did people learn about other things? Like, how were messages sent to other people? Ships? Or what else could they do? Could they get on their iPhone and call people up? What else would they have to do? How could you get a message to somebody without speaking it? Write letters. And they'd have to take letters on ships. Hudson, what else?
Like they would get like a bird and send it.
Okay, they've done that a few times. That. Or people have to go on horses. They would have mailmen on horses. So it takes a long time for information to get to other people. War's over in December of 1814. But there's a few people, they haven't gotten the message yet. That message is still in the mail. So they're still fighting, going on, like the war's still going on. So, last thing, in January of 1815, there's another fight. There's still another fight. General Andrew Jackson wins the Battle of New Orleans. General Andrew Jackson wins the Battle of New Orleans. Go back to your who's who. We have one person left on our who's who. Above that person's name, put Andrew Jackson. And you can just put general that won the Battle of New Orleans. So once you have that, go back to your who's who. There's one person left. His name is Andrew Jackson. He was the general that won the Battle of New Orleans. Kind of the last battle, the War of 1812. My two paper passers, once you have that, I need you, please. Keep these notes out, because you can use them in just a second. Oh yeah, there's battles. Not in the U.S., on American soil. All right. Need you to listen to directions. You're being given one of these fortune teller things, and it has all the people's names of people we talked about. I want us to go through and do this together, because last time we had a few people doing a few different things. So as soon as you get it, go ahead and start cutting it out. And then once you have it cut out, I need you to look up here at me, because we only have a few minutes left, so we got to get going. There should be some scissors in the middle of your desk. Cut it out quickly and wait quietly. No, scissors should be in the middle. I'm going to set you a timer. You got 3 minutes.
All you gotta do is cut it out and then fold. Smart.
Should be some in the middle. Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
I need this I'm almost done. Just give me a second.
Once you guys cut yours out, throw your scrap away. Throw your scrap away, pass your scissors on to someone else.
You gotta think about Colin too. Hey, do you have some scissors, Colin, you can use?
Oh, we flip up, off and down. Flip up. Just whenever you Sarah and Grace on the job, you flip up. You flip off the job, flip up, please. About 1 minute, 15 seconds.
Okay.
It's okay.
Back or forward?
It doesn't matter. Just hold it either way. This is which way.
I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you.
I'm trying to do it before it runs, but I can't.
Yeah, all the people pushing it.
30 seconds. 30 seconds, I need the eyes on me. Need eyes up here, please. Nobody should be folding at all right now. Okay. Most of you know how to do this, but just to give you a reminder, we're going to do it together. So, have the words and the faces up top. Fold it either left to right. Yeah, let's go left to right first. Fold it left to right. Make sure you have a good crease. All right, once you've done that, open it back up. All right, then go top to bottom. Top to bottom. Yourself to a crease like that. Top to bottom. That's right. All right. Here's what you need to do. You need to put all the words and faces face down. So you should be looking at the blank side, just like that. All right. You're going to take each corner and fold them to the center, then make a good crease. So take the corner, kind of bend it until it goes to the middle, all the way to the middle. Make a good fold, just like so. Just like that. Like I took the top right corner, just fold it to the center. Make a good crease. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, you really don't do these every time. All right. Flip it over to the other side. Take your whole thing and flip it over just like this. You see nothing but faces over here. Take the corners again and fold them to the middle. Take your corner points, fold them to the middle. Take the corners, fold it in to the middle. Take your corners, fold them in to the middle. You should have a square after you're finished folding. Take the corners to front. Take the corners and fold them to the middle. Some of y'all already know the next step. You just take it, you either fold it left to right or top to bottom. So you should have two squares on one side, say American Warhawk or a flag in Britain. They can be in different orders, that's fine. You can play with these later. We have one more thing we got to do, and you're free to go. Caleb, will you read this on the board for us, please? Everybody put these down for just a second and listen to Caleb. Okay. I'm going to put 4 events from the War of 1812 on the board, 4 completely random events. I want you to create a way to show me which order they happened in. It doesn't have to be a timeline. It doesn't have to be a list of 1, 2, 3, 4. You create your own way, your unique, special way to show me the order they came in. I gave you 2 examples. You can do a comic strip where like the first comic part is what's happening first, then what's happening second, third, and fourth. You can do a timeline, but I ask if you do a timeline, give me like a little more information or maybe some pictures with it. Movie script, you can write out a scene, who are the main characters, what's happening, or a storyboard. We did a storyboard with the Delaware Crossing where you had scenes. You can do a storyboard where you draw a picture and what's happening. I'll put those 4 events on the board. You do this on your piece of paper, put your name on it. Once you're finished, you hand it to me at the door and you're free to go.